14,000 coaches get certified each and every year. But do you know how many of those actually hit 10K a month? Almost none. And after helping over 100 coaches go full time, I noticed every single one kept struggling with the same 3 habits. And it was only after fixing these habits that they started making 10K a month. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those 3 habits are, why they're so hard to break, and 3 strategies that you can implement today to start making some real money. So let's start with the first habit that stops hundreds of coaches from getting clients every single day. But in order for you to understand the first habit, I need you to imagine you're training for a marathon. And every day you read articles about running, you watch videos on perfect form, and you buy the latest running gear. A few weeks pass and you know more about running than ever before. But there's just one problem. You never actually stepped outside and ran. This is the exact same pattern coaches fall into. Now, it does feel like progress, but it's really just spinning your wheels. This habit is what I call the knowledge collector's curse. And if you're nodding along right now thinking, yeah, Sean, that's me, don't worry, the fix is simple. So here's what you're going to start doing. For every hour that you spend learning, you're going to spend an hour actually executing. Just take messy action. And remember, it's not about how much you know, it's about what you do with what you know, because nobody ever built a thriving coaching business just by reading about it. But even when you do start taking action, there's another sneaky habit that actually keeps coaches stuck. So I was on a group call the other day, speaking with a client who was really eager to get his coaching business up off the ground. So on the call, I asked him, what has he been focusing on? And he told me he was building an entire online portal for his future clients. He was designing worksheets, creating PDFs, and even recording a whole series of videos for his future clients. But here's the thing, he only actually had one client. He was pouring all his time and energy, creating resources for people who didn't exist yet. So I asked him, why are you doing all of this right now? And he said, I just want to be ready, Sean. So it's the best on the market. And listen, I get it, because this too can also feel like progress. But in reality, he was just delaying the real work that needed doing, which was finding more clients. He was trying to solve problems he didn't even have yet. And this is what I call future-proofing paralysis. So if you're listening to this and thinking, yeah, Sean, okay, got me, here's how I solve this problem. So when I first started my coaching program, I sold it to 6 people before I'd even created a single module. And here's how you can do the same. So firstly, sell your program and set a start date in the future. Whether that's a few weeks or a couple of months from now, it really doesn't matter. And once people sign up, use the time before the start date to actually create the content for your program. And here's the best part. If it's a 3-month program, you only need to have the first month ready when your client starts. And while your clients are working through month 1, you then go and create month 2. And while they're in month 2, yes, you guessed it, you build month 3. And what makes this even better is your clients will actually shape the program with their feedback, making it better than if you built it in isolation. So many coaches think they have to have it all done before they take on clients, and you really don't. It's your program. You get to decide how it's delivered. So habit 2 is trying to solve problems that you don't have yet. And then there's habit 3. And this one, it's frustrating because on the outside, it looks like you're doing everything right. So I remember speaking with a coach who looked like she was working hard. Every single day, she was posting on Instagram, she was joining Facebook groups, and even handing out business cards at local events. So on the outside, it looked like she was absolutely smashing it. But her calendar, well, it was still empty. Not one single sales call had been booked in. So on one of our calls, I asked her, how many people have you invited to a sales call this week? And she paused, she looked down, and then she admitted that she hadn't asked a single person. Now listen, I see this everywhere. Coaches pouring their heart and soul into looking busy, spending hours on carousels on Canva, but never actually inviting prospects to sales calls. She didn't want to seem pushy, she said. But here's the truth. You cannot fill your coaching business by hoping people will magically ask to work with you. You have to put yourself out there and actually invite them to. This is why habit 3 is what I call the silent seller's curse. And if you're listening and thinking, Sean, all right, I feel seen, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. And here's how you can break out of this curse this week. So this week, I want you to set yourself a challenge, not just to make offers, but to actually collect as many no's as you can. Yep, you heard me right. Your new goal is to rack up rejections. Why? Because every no, it means you're actually putting yourself out there. And the more no's that you collect, the closer you get to those magic yeses. So pick your number, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 10 no's this week, and go out and invite people to work with you until you hit it. Don't make it weird, don't make it desperate, just be a coach, be useful, and then just ask. And when you get a no, celebrate it, because it means you're doing the work that most coaches never actually do. Because nobody ever built a full roster of clients by hiding in Canva and hoping people would read their mind. Now, I said earlier that I will tell you why these habits are all so hard to break. Well, think about it. Learning more, future-proofing, staying busy, none of those things risk rejection. None of those force you to find out if your offer, skills, or sales process are even that good. But the moment you take real actions that build a coaching business, like starting conversations, making offers, asking for the sale, you open yourself up to hearing no. So the reason these habits are so hard to break, it's because they all protect you from discomfort. So which one of these habits is costing you the most right now? You probably already know after watching this video, but the good news is that if you break one, you'll see momentum in days. And if you break all 3, you'll have created a totally different life and business 3 months from now. So there is one more habit that I notice dumb coaches do differently that makes them way more money. So click this video next to learn why coaches dumber than you are making more money than you.